Well, I'm a little bit late to the party on this one, but I thought I would actually finally give my thoughts on the Netflix show Big Mouth. I mean, I'm just gonna let people know right away that this is not like a review or a who or a rant. Like with Mio Yokio and the Death Note remake, like it's probably best like call like say like a ramble slash vlog on the matter and since and I'm just gonna be very upfront and say I don't really understand the praise behind it since I mean it kind of was interesting given how the initial trailer got quite a lot of downvotes to it. I mean, with and I also know that I'm taking a risk more than one, given how whereas Neo Yokio, while a few people will admittedly defend the show, this one seems to be rather liked to me since given how I've got how that's it's got an 80 score Metacritic as this rating, 8.5 out of 10 IMDb, and also a perfect tomato rating, which is very rare at this day and age, especially have the TV feature, so that's what they knew was actually could be justly better than Star Trek Discovery, Everly, Stranger Things, or The Defenders. So, but still, I submit that sometimes animation can surprise me. Like I was expecting, I didn't know what to expect from the Jellies. Actually, I'm barely enjoying that. Didn't know what to expect from Rick and Morty, and I really got into that thanks to April Fool's joke and the dog season of binge watching. However, in this case, I submit your enjoyment is probably going to be directly tied to experiences of those days, and now that I have seen all 10 episodes, I haven't heard in preparation of this video, I've been meaning to do it for a while. Well, I think a horse used to know said it best. No, sir, I don't like it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the worst I've ever seen, but I personally didn't really enjoy as much as other people did. I mean, however, before I start getting into detail, all as best I can, why, I, I think I'll definitely explain the concept of the whole thing. It is a coming of age story, and yes, the pun was not lost on them. Concerning a bunch of young students that are fictionalized versions of creators Nick Kroll, Andrew Goldberg, Mark Levin, Jennifer Flack, as well as voice actors just John Mulaney, Jesse Klein, Jenny Slate, Fred Armisen, and Maya Rudolph, all from a total modern perspective. Like, say, I mean, it may not be a bad idea, but the execution to me is kind of flawed. I mean, nonsense. I mean, the template is there for it to be a genuinely earnest look at this sort of thing. I mean, but I can definitely say that we're not experiencing a dearth of adult animation, at least on Netflix. I have seen better in the genre, in a sense. I mean, there is a lot of. I definitely capture awkwardness in the situation perfectly, but uh, unless your tolerance for gross out humor is particularly high, you might not enjoy this as much as some other people. Like, say, for example, the first episode alone has one of the main characters do a deep dive into toilet to try and retrieve their phone. You might feel like that after watching this show, I mean, makes sense. Also, a female character has her naughty bit speak with the voice of Kate McKinnon, who's been a lot funny on other TV shows, especially on Saturday Night Live. The pop culture references are often bizarre, man. Since one hand, you had the mockeries, Hungry's like Grand Theft Auto, as well as Gene Font's infamous workout video. Those kind of amuse me. And yes, fellas, I'm old enough to know what VHS tape is. Is on the other, there's a running gag about the spirited musician Duke Ellington, whose vocal performance resembles Bill Cosby, which adds another layer of discomfort given his indiscretion in recent years. I mean, I submit the art style probably shows biggest flaw. I mean, it's fine from a technical standpoint. the animation at least, but the designs of the characters in most notebook drawings are the worst way possible. I mean, since the human characters all have beady eyes, oversized heads, and the puberty monsters resemble furry troll dolls and homunculus from an Alchemist franchise. I would definitely say this: you definitely get what it says in the tin when you watch Bigmouth, since and audience search is much more mixed as well. I mean, I decided to do this video because the second season coming. I mean, and in many ways, talk of that has actually been significantly overshadowed by controversy about its content. Despite uniformly positive critical reviews, because of the premise and its execution, it's one of the more divisive series than ever to produce, to be honest, and it also fulfills the whole idea of the falling under the whole Seinfeld's unfunny banner, given how it's it's like, say, captures those awkward feelings perfectly, but the closest thing I can think of is maybe Superbad, given how it has some of the mixture of earnesty and raunchiness. But look, guys, it can't all be a Seth. Someone's got to be an Evan and balance things out, because that's how I feel. Like, say, I know I'm being vague in any regards, but for the most part, the details don't really matter to me. In a sense, like, a lot of the subject matter deals with, say, even though a lot of the much other stuff is like, say, your orientation, how both male and female, how people experience this thing differently, a awkward sleepovers, and images online, bar mitzvahs, as again, I feel like it could be a lot more than it is, since I think in some of the cases more disgusting scenes, I actually had to scrub through some of the episodes to make sure if I couldn't handle much of all of it, and I think that's honestly some of the most repulsive things I've seen committed in anime format. No, I'm not forgetting like the B17 sequence of heavy metal or just one Akiva, since and on a personal level, my experience actually is polar opposite of a lot of what these characters are going through, since like, and also I think some of the jokes actually could be a lot more than they are. Like, say, like making fun of modern fairy tales and all these over top context, or all these ones of the rock, and like, say, I mean, it's really particular sense, like the whole. I mean, it's not the worst I've ever seen. Admittedly, in a sense, I've seen worse, to be honest, recently this year, but I've also seen much better in sense. Like, ones I could recommend instead, maybe I would say, a Dazed Confused, Boyhood, Oh. And Freaks and Geeks is a similar concept of trying to capture sort of feelings in high school, and like, say, a. And I kind of need more than like someone just doing something naughty with a pillow in order to get a laugh or relate to that, since I also admit that I'm not covering too much of the other ones. Like, say, there's some things I can never experience, and hence, given my own personal views, like on my own. Whereas, given how, like the girls often have the Barbie dolls. In my case, like, I have one of these kind of like these juice-looking purrings here with the punching action as well as the rather shape they form when they actor whips out the front and turns into a superhero with a build of a Japanese stuntman, but that's not important right now. It's just that overall, I don't really understand the praise behind the whole thing. Like, I don't even consider myself part of the community. I'm just considered to be like a guy with had the mind of his own, as well as a webcam and way of speaking it. I did watch some other videos about the show. Oh, my preparation for doing this video, like, say, one's by Mr. Enter, by I Hate Everything, by Phantom Strider. Putting their videos in the description, linking to them. Um, um, I find myself more favorable than Alex or John, but less than Strider, so... But I am off class for now, so I'll definitely see you all later. So have fun.